A very good evening, everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio, ZMH 286. This is Patricia, and it is the usual starting time of 5:15, 0515 UTC, and on our frequency 8752. We've had another really pleasant day here in New Zealand, unless you're listening to the radio and listening to all the rugby, blah, blah, blah. But it has been flat, calm all day. It has now just dropped to 14 degrees. I know that sounds pretty nippy, but it is flat, calm. 100% cloud cover almost now, 1027.6. And 1727.6 is this lovely anticyclone that is causing you all up there in the islands some fairly strong winds as you get further away, racing around the outskirts of the centre of the high, which I think is right over Gulf Harbour Radio at the moment. So we're enjoying it. I've got a bit of confusion water music for those listening for them going up the coast from Cairns, going around Cape York to Darwin. I thought they were going to go in to Cooktown, but they are now heading back from there and possibly going towards a Indigenous protected area not too far away from them. They've really slowed down. It looks like they might be putting in there for the night. It's a really interesting coast. It's interesting to follow water music because I've not sort of paid much attention to the coast in Australian Queensland area going north like that before. It looks like there's quite a few places of interest to call into. Anyway, we do have a couple of boats on passage, or 3 boats now, because I know Lupan left Tanna before to head north. Not sure why, because if you are in Tanna and wanting to head north, I would suggest you wait until Friday, where the wind will be a little bit behind you rather than a bit ahead of you. But anyway, Lupan have left Tanna for Port Vila, and I suspect Intrinsic are almost at, if not at, Ambrim by now, or getting close. And Marilyn and Haydar, I'm going to call Marilyn and Haydar very, very shortly, have not yet got the price of the return to my Roots Festival in Ambrim. It does seem to be that it's a Thursday and Friday and only a 2-day event now, but I am still trying to find out the cost. But hopefully tomorrow the Vanuatu Tourist Office in Port Vila will be answering their phone, and we will be able to find out a little bit more to prepare you for what will likely be quite an expensive event, but it is really, really worth it. Okay, let's talk to Marilyn. Marilyn on passage to Fiji.
Like yourself over radio. Marilyn here, mate. It's all good. I'm Marilyn 2507 East, West 17955.
Okay, I have Marilyn at 2507 South and 17955 West. And so course speed, and it looks like you've certainly got some wind, Jeremy, over. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you had finished and I talked over you. So you're going to have to give me your course and speed and everything again. Sorry about that. Go ahead. Over. Yeah, well, you'll probably be able to work that out yourself because your winds are pretty much for the next 3 days exactly what he said last night. As you go north, they are going to strengthen. Tomorrow, Monday, east 25, and that's at about 2-3 south, and then at 2030 south on Tuesday, wind is east 25 to 30. You can thank the big high for that. Wednesday, adding on a couple more degrees or a bit more for you, east 25. So they're all in a good direction, but boy, they are pretty sporty. But then Marilyn is up for the challenge. Over.
Yeah, thanks for that. That's pretty much what we're expecting. So yeah, we'll look forward to pretty good ride, and thanks for that. And we'll keep listening. I'll catch you tomorrow. Marilyn's there.
Okay, yeah, it's we're enjoying the flat calms of that big anticyclone here, but on the outskirts where you are, it is pretty sporty, but it's not against you, and there's nothing evil coming. It's just good and strong, and I'm sure you have got the sail plan for it. Okay, clear with Marilyn doing great course with speed, going in a northerly direction towards dinner hour. So behind you, now about 150 miles behind you actually, on pretty much the same longitude, but at 2732 we have Harbour, Gulf Harbour. No, nothing heard. They sent a message to say what was the time, but I suspect they have not got their radio programmed appropriately. 8752 on USB, and just check when you key the microphone that you have set your transmit frequency the same as your receive frequency. But pretty much as you go further north, Harbour, if you are able to hear, the wind is going to get a bit stronger, particularly on Tuesday. Tuesday has got winds in the 30 knot range. Okay, we'll just see if Lupan is on frequency. Lupan, Gulf Harbour. Nothing heard from Lupan. They have in fact left Tanner not so long ago actually, and I'll just get them on the AIS to tell you where they are. They have left Tanner, heading towards Port Vila. Actually, they would be. There's a couple of boats actually. Spray and Lupan have both left, and Lupan are, well, an hour ago anyway, we're at 1909 south, 16917 east, and behind them is another Swedish boat, Spray. So they're going to get winds east, northeast, and then northeast. So I'm not quite sure. They must be in a hurry to get there. So there you go. I'm just wondering, we have also been looking at, or David has been looking at getting from Port Vila to New Caledonia. And eye candy, are you on frequency? Over? Yeah, just depends on how well, there is excellent winds, as you've probably seen, and getting good winds from Port Vila to New Caledonia is not all that easy. And leaving Tuesday, if you have a look at Tuesday, Wednesday on your models, you will find that the winds are very, very favourable. The only fly in the ointment is a little bit of precipitation around the New Caledonia area and getting through that pass at Havana. It's quite nice to have good visibility. But do have a good look at that if you are wanting to make use of rather favourable winds. Over.
Roger that. Yeah, I'll have another look. I look all the time. Over.
Yeah, it's just you don't often get them. So, for people wanting to move in a southerly direction, those east, northeast and northeast winds, they don't come frequently. So you might want to just suck it up with a little bit of visibility. There's not an awful lot of rain. He's gone through all the rain models. But, yeah, if it were me, I would probably get the boat ready tomorrow, and you can always not go. But it does look as if it could be a good opportunity, over.
Yeah, okay, we'll have a closer look at it and make a decision, over.
Yeah, roger that, and we'll maybe talk in the morning. Okay, this is Gulf Harbour Radio. Is there anybody else wanting to make a comment? Okay, a couple there. Intrinsic. Go ahead, Lynn.
Thanks, Priscilla. I'm just we're in 1 week vacation cover. It's autumn here. I'm just inquiring about what the potential is for weather on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, he decided to be a typical meteorologist and wait another day so that it would be more accurate. Yeah, Thursday, Friday is, that's, it used to be a 3-day event, but it looks like it's now a 2-day event, which is good because the second day was kind of a bit boring. But it's a 2-day event now, so tomorrow I think he will be able to commit himself to the forecast for Thursday, Friday, Lynn, over.
Copy that, we're listening tomorrow.
Yeah, it's well, I'll tell you what, being on that side of the mountain, it's really interesting, those islands down there, because often, you can look at the forecast and what's out at sea, wind direction wise, can be quite different when you're approaching an island. I mean, we've gone to Ambrym, probably from Lubanville, and boy, I mean, you get close and all of a sudden you've got it flat on the nose because it sweeps around the top and hits you. So it's really hard to give an accurate forecast. But anyway, rain-wise, we'll have a look tomorrow. So good that you settled. Did you have a good trip, over?
We did a bit bouncy, but it was fun. Thanks.
Oh, roger that. Okay, can you give me your position now, over? Okay, all right, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, clear with Intrinsic. There was somebody in behind Lynn. Who was that? Okay, I have a yacht that I'm not familiar with. It sounds like Soria, but I might have heard that wrong. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon. This is a yacht, Korea, Tango, Oscar, Romeo, Echo, Alpha. We're on passage from New Caledonia to Australia, and at the moment we're about midway. I can give you a position, over.
Yeah, you've come up well now, Toria, and go ahead on passage from New Caledonia to Australia.
Yeah, we're heading towards the Capricorn Channel. My current position is 23 south, 15858 east. Over.
Okay, it's good copy from you now. 2323 south, 15858 east. And tell me what port you are aiming for and what are your conditions, over?
Yeah, we're sort of aiming for Mackay with the option of, if the weather permits, going into either Glaston or Bundaberg. At the moment, we've just had the trough come through, so we had southwest going on southerly about 25, but it's east off now to about 15. Over.
Okay, so I'm just going to repeat that because David has just walked in the door here. Usually he doesn't come on Sundays. So we have Toria at 2323 south, 15858 east, heading from New Caledonia to Australia with the intention of Mackay, maybe going further south to Bundaberg. They've just gone through the trough at southwest at 25, and the computer here, which is interesting, has just gone off with the satellite picture. I've just had to switch it on again. Yes, I see there. You have got the trough passing through. Looks pretty decent behind it, so it should settle down for you tomorrow. Just tell me what sort of boat is Toria, over?
Toria is a 40-foot, 40 feet 1960s classic sailing yacht. At the moment, we work on about a 6-knot average.
Okay, got that, and we'll be a bit more organised for you
What's the ETA?
tomorrow night. What is your ETA? Your ETA saying you're going to Mackay, over?
Yeah, I give an ETA of about Friday for Mackay, but obviously that is all very weather dependent. I can only go to a couple hundred miles at the most. I guess what I was after was an idea of the weather along the 23rd degree latitude between here and Australia for the next few days. Over.
Yeah, unfortunately you have come in on a Sunday and David has only just walked in the door. He usually takes Sunday off. So what we'll have to do is get back to you tomorrow on that one. I apologise for that.
No, just write down and I'll go take a look.
He's going to go and take a look. Okay, you can take that away. And he will go into the other room where all his computer gear is. So if you just stand by on air for a few minutes, I will probably be closing the net, but I will keep the radio on and we'll get back to you in a few minutes. What is your name, over?
Okay, my name is Steve. No need to go into too much detail with the weather. We'll just have a rough idea of what sector winds and the approximate strength we'll have between our current position and the coast of Australia in approximately 3 days' time. Over.
Yep, roger that. And yep, that will teach him to sit and be lazy on a Sunday anyway, Steve, so don't worry about it. Yep, he decided that we only had a couple of boats because pretty much at this time of the year, the boats leaving from New Zealand have all gone, and we've only just sort of got the boats going inter-island between, Fiji and Vanuatu and Newcastle and so on, whereas you're heading to Australia. Okay, well, we'll have a look at that and just stand by. It doesn't look, just looking at the satellite picture, there doesn't seem to be much coming behind that trough now. But I'm not the weather person, so no, it looks actually quite decent. So I'm sure you'll be pleased to hear that because it has been a little bit turbulent. So yeah, we're expecting all of the very snotty weather coming here on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday because of that system, where all that system develops, where the high that's moving off us now is clashing with what's coming in again. We've got quite a period of rain. So those of us that have got tanks are not very happy because the tanks are all full and we really don't need any more water at this stage. But just stand by, Steve. I'll just see if there's anybody else. Is there anybody else for Gulf Harbour Radio? Yeah, hello, Jonathan. How was the trip? Over. Okay, a bit lumpy. Everyone's complaining about, well, mind you, with these winds, you can sort of expect it a bit lumpy, but if they're all sort of constant, it's not so bad, but they have been changing a little bit direction, so I suppose that causes a bit of unpleasantness, but, well, you'll be able to relax for a bit now. Over.
Yeah, I think this is a long you are lose, so I think we're going to be stuck up in here for several days. Over.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be sort of the 25-30 mark on the outside of this high. So, yeah, not worth trying to fight anything, is it? You might as well just sit back and relax and read a good book. Over.
Yeah, there's plenty to do here. But we probably won't be checking in for a few days, but we'll give you a call as soon as we can. Over.
Roger that. Thank you very much. And a pretty good signal from you tonight. So conditions are quite good. They haven't been very good on the higher frequencies, so it is good that it is not too bad here. Yeah, the trouble with this later, realising the boats that are going west, this later time that we're using now, it doesn't help the boats that are heading west, but interestingly enough, we just heard Steve come in rather well, but maybe not so well when they get closer to the coast. Anyway, talking about going into Australia, just this is of interest to anybody else that is planning a first trip to Australia, and I know there are quite a few people doing that towards the end of this year, especially those that got stuck in New Zealand with COVID for a couple of years. I got an email from Water Music who went into Townsville, and they just couldn't speak higher of the facilities, the technical people. They had a list of a few things to do before they headed on to Darwin, and they got absolutely everything done very, very professionally. They spoke extremely highly of the technical support and the marina and all the rest of it in Townsville, which I thought was of interest, because up until now we hadn't known much about Townsville. But most people head down to Bundaberg, which is a very popular area and sort of a bit more central to doing a lot of things. But Water Music went into Townsville. I think one of them was flying out to the UK from Cairns, so it sort of worked out well, and they're leaving the boat in Darwin for a while. Anyway, David has just returned. I'm going to pass the microphone to him because he's written it down for me, but it's easier for him to get back to Steve. Here he is.
Who's this?
Steve.
Yeah, hiya, Steve. This is going to be pretty quick in the sense that I haven't done a thorough search. But looking at Monday, the mean wind is roughly southeast about 10. Tuesday looking like southerly about 10. Wednesday, though, it jumps up to about 20 knots out of the south. There's a lot of convective activity between there and where about you would be then on Wednesday. So what we could do is tomorrow give a little bit better idea on what your conditions are going to be. I see Tricia has written here Friday is your ETA. At least I think I've got that right. Is that correct? Friday? Over?
Yeah, that's correct for Mackay. At the moment, we're about 360 miles from Bundaberg and about 400 miles, or 400 miles to Gladstone. Over.
Roger. Okay, very fine. So hang fire on this. We'll take a little bit better look, and talk to you tomorrow. Net time. Over.
Yeah, that's great. Much appreciated. When I left you Mia, I think after his prop, I was making a much easier life. Hey, many thanks for assistance. We'll be listening tomorrow evening. Have a good evening.
Roger that. And I've just looked up AIS Torea, and there's a great deal of them. What does Torea mean in English? Over.
Torea means oyster catcher in Maori. I'm not on AIS. I have an AIS receiver, but I don't have it on AIS.
Oh, roger that. Well, it would be just as well, because it's very confusing. There is a Torea to a fishing vessel in New Zealand, and then there's a lighthouse in French Polynesia, and even a Chinese boat has got Torea. So, and a passenger boat from New Zealand. So at least I don't have to sort that out. We'll just go by your position. Okay, you guys, how many on board, and have a good sail tonight. Over.
Okay, that's great. Many thanks for assistance. We'll listen tomorrow evening.
Okay, cheers to you guys. And is there anybody else for Gulf Harbour? No, that's it. And we will. It's going to be a beautiful evening here. It's the sun is slowly setting and giving us some very lovely lighting on the clouds. So we'll be back again tomorrow, same time, same place. Have a very good evening, especially those boats on passage. We shall leave the frequency with you if you want it. Cheers all.